It's overcast, it's cold, and there's a chance of rain. It's a spring day in Oregon as we welcome you to Delta Park, the venue for the 2016 NWAC Softball Championships. I'm Wes Tucker. I'm going to be joined a little later by Kirk Rowland. But before we do that, we've got pregame going right now. We'll have the national anthem, and then we'll throw it over to our PA announcer, Marco Acertia, and he will give us the starters. And now we ask you to please rise wherever you are as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
I'm like, yes, she's ready now.
Come on, ladies, let's go.
And now we turn things over to PA announcer Michael Acertia, and he'll introduce our players today.
Now let's meet our teams. First, our visitors with a record of 31-13, the Lower Columbia College Red Devils. I'd like to introduce their starters. Number 32, center fielder Nicole Belaski. Number 4, Ashley Kelly, shortstop. Left fielder number 23, Jessica Gibson. The catcher, number 24, Sam Boyce. First baseman, number 8, Bailey Hockett. The designated player, number 15, Hannah Rockwell. At third base, number 22, Mariah Mendez. At second base, number 10, Maddie Barr. In right field, number 6, Maggie Harshaw. And the pitcher, flex player, number 3, Bailey Ellis. The Red Devils are coached by Tracy Fuller. She's assisted by Dave Andrew, Rayanne Hanks, and John Matagara. Now, the Edmonds Community College Tritons with a record of 20-18. Their starters. Number 33, Sierra Inovejas, designated player. Third baseman, number 18, Tia Hedman. Second base, number 24, Hannah Wilcox. In left field, number 8, Cameron Kanai. At shortstop, number 11, Matsuki Page. The catcher, number 12, Antoinette Watson. At first base, number 3, Riley Davidson. In right field, number 17, Bailey Center. In center field, number 7, Chantel Brown. And number 25, Haley Malagowski. The Tritons are coached by Miss Cheryl Gilmore and assisted by Adrian Manuel and Matt Wilcox. Today's umpires are Dutch Rennert, Harry Wendelstadt, and Doug Harvey. Let's play ball.
Thank you for that, Marco. And now we'd like to welcome to the booth LCC's athletic director, Kirk Rowland, to the booth. And we'll have him on mic in just a second. Good to have you here today, Kirk.
Well, hi, Wes. How are you?
Fantastic.
Pleasure to be with you here today. This is going to be fun. Survival Saturday, as we call it here, and what a contrast of games right here. You've got an Edmonds team that is coming off an amazing high, a huge win over Southwestern Oregon, and you've got a Lower Columbia team that's got to pick themselves up after a gut-wrenching loss to Mount Hood, and it's going to be interesting to see the psyches of both teams and how it works here today.
So Malachowski going to be the starting pitcher for the Tritons, and how do you think she's going to fare today against this heavy-hitting Red Devils lineup?
Well, I'll tell you what, she certainly locked up Southwestern Oregon yesterday. Kind of a, I would say off-speed stuff a little bit, outstanding. She can do it. I mean, Southwestern Oregon is a potent offensive team from down in the south, and I think Lower Columbia is right in that category. So it'll be interesting to see if she can keep that up and can Lower Columbia adjust to it. But this LCC team offensively is very, very good, and I think they feel that they haven't been able to break loose yet and get it done and do everything fully offensively. So that's definitely going to be a good matchup.
Yeah, big story of the tournament, Nicole Belaski, the all-time NWAC steals record. That is quite an accomplishment.
Yeah, the sophomore from California can run. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I know she had one stolen base taken off the board the other day, the game that you had on the air here, which I watched, by the way. Outstanding. Topher Vision and the folks out there in the truck did a great job on that. But, Belaski, if she gets on base, a lot of times you can find her over at third base with a steal and, scoring a sac fly. She's been great, and there's been a lot of record-setting feats on this Lower Columbia team this year.
All right, and speak of the Devil, it's going to be Nicole Belaski leading off, playing center field today.
I got that, speak of the Devil. That's good stuff there, Wes. Attaboy.
Oh, I try.
Oh, I'm just glad that it's dry right now. I thought it was a great decision by the tournament folks to move it up an hour, try to get as much softball in before the impending rain down the road.
Always a good decision, and now it'll be Malachowski settling into the circle, and it's going to be Belaski settling into the box, and we're set for NWAC softball from Delta Park. Official game start time is going to be 9:02, and here's the first offering. A little bit outside, ball one.
Wes, these two teams have played again this year. In fact, it was the very first game of the season for Lower Columbia. They met in the RAC, a complex up in Lacey. Edmonds had played the weekend before. Lower Columbia won that first matchup 5-1.
As a swing and a miss there.
That's that slow freight right there that has really been effective for Malachowski.
Malachowski settling back in. Now into her motion. And that one fouled away down the third baseline.
Yeah, Nicole Belaski will be going to Seattle University next year. Their coaching staff was in the house yesterday looking at her, and they're thrilled to have her. She's going to be able, according to them, she's going to be able to steal bases and do her thing at the Division I level next year.
And she did have a steal taken away from her, and umpire saying that she left early on that, as that one's chopped to second on the first, one away.
As you can see, a weak ground ball to a drawn-in second baseman is a close play at first with the goal. She can run.
But back to the steal that was taken away from her yesterday. She left early. Now, how often does that happen, especially with the leadoff hitter? You don't want to get yourself into a hole that quickly.
Well, base stealers sometimes can get away with that if they've got a reputation with all those steals, but I think it was pretty obvious that she did leave early on that yesterday.
And that's going to bring up Ashley Kelly, and she'll take ball one.
Boy,
Kelly
this is
playing
a good
short.
player. This is a good player right here, Wes. I'm telling you, she has rewritten a lot of the records at Lower Columbia. She's the record holder in doubles.
And that one catches the outside corner, strike one. Kelly playing shortstop today for the Red Devils.
All season long. She is so good out there. She almost made a spectacular play to try to preserve that game yesterday, that Mount Hood won on the infield hit.
Kent now runs 2-1. We were seeing some awesome shortstop play from Douglas yesterday, too. Fantastic work out there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is talent, man. Up and down this tournament, this is talent. And it's fun to watch. It really is.
2-1 offering, skips in. 3-1 the count.
One of the keys for Malachowski here today is, will the umpiring allow those strikes to be called on, those change-ups that kind of dart in there. I've seen on a few of the games here in the opening day where sometimes those umpires will give up on those balls, and they'll see them floating in and don't track with it.
Well, as with the hitters will give up on it too. And you can see that's why a lot of the disgust coming from especially the parents of the teams on defense.
Yeah.
Not getting those calls that they'd usually get.
Yeah, it's tough. I call it coffee cannon. Someone, where a pitcher gets frustrated because they've got to end up putting it right down the middle there. I think the umpires really need, and certainly I'm not making any judgments on here in the early game here, but they need to allow artistry out there for the pitching. And so Kelly gets on board here with a little infield hit, and see if the Red Devils could get something going.
This one taken just a bit off the plate for ball one.
Yeah, officially ruled an error, and I think a good scoring decision on that for sure.
Well, that ball was easily handleable over at third base by Riley Davidson. Just skips out of her glove as that one's fouled away off the foot of Jessica Gibson.
Jess Gibson here, we were talking about Kelly and the school record in doubles. Well, Jess Gibson also has eclipsed the school record in doubles, but she's got her teammate ahead of her by 2. So she's going to have to get going if she's going to hold that record by herself.
A 1 offering to Gibson is swung on and beaten to short. They'll get 1 out at 2. And it looks like they're going to say that drop was on the transfer.
Nobody's making that call.
And it looks like he's going to stick with his first call and make it an out.
Yeah, that's right there. The umpire was kind of waiting, and no one really knew what was going on. If the runner Kelly is out coming back into the base there, that's not right because no one made any kind of call there. So I guess she just assumed that she was out there. And I really think it was on the transfer. It should have been an original out on the call. So the umps will try to get that right. Oh, now I look at the replay and perhaps not. Not sure why Ashley Kelly, here's the slide in. Now she was there to beat it anyway.
Doesn't look like there's any control of the ball out there either.
Yeah, she was on the bag before the ball got there originally.
Starting to wonder if we can lend this to the umpires as an instant replay tool.
Well, someday in the future. Yeah.
And Tracy Fuller was wasting no time there going out and giving the umpire an earful. And it looks like it's going to pay off as Kelly will be in at second.
Yeah, she was safe originally anyway. I mean, it's easy for us to look at the replay on that, but she had beat it, and then the middle infielder just dropped the ball on it. So the rally continues here, and with Sam Boyce coming up, and Cheryl Gilmore is going to want to get an explanation on it. Wes, I got to tell you, there's one common denominator by the success of Edmonds right now, and that's Cheryl Gilmore. The last time they were here, their star shortstop was Cheryl Gilmore, and they were at the tournament. Then she left, and there was a couple years where Edmonds didn't win a game, and now she's back in her second year as the head coach, and now they're in this tournament on the second day. It's amazing what she's done. She is a great young coach. She's got this ball club on the upswing.
First offering to Boyce will miss away, ball 1. When you talk about catalysts like that, it's a common thing, especially at the collegiate level. You have a coach who was once a player, won the College World Series in baseball or the NCAA title in football. They'll leave, team enters a dry spell, comes back as a coach, and they're suddenly the greatest team. And that's obvious what you've been saying has happened to Edmonds.
Well, the athletic director at Edmonds, Jorge De La Torre, will tell you if you can get a star player that understands your school, loves your school, and can come back with this much talent as a coach and be your head coach and have the big turnaround and the success like this, that's gold. Now Jorge's job is to keep her, make sure she doesn't end up at the next level somewhere because, that's kind of the that's the rub right there. You love to have them come home and succeed, but sometimes they may not be around very long. But I know she's all in on what she's doing here at Edmonds and doing a great job.
So a 1-1 offering coming now to Sam Boyce, the catcher. And that one will miss high and away.
Samantha Boyce, this is a two-sport athlete at Lower Columbia. Was a starter on the basketball team and She's pretty good back there. Great catcher, and of course she has the ability to hit the ball out. And we'll see with these Grace guys and wind. Hopefully the home run fences will stay upward this year. I know some of them blew down yesterday. Lower Columbia's hoping they can blow them down with some balls over the fences today.
Beating the third, she'll tag her bag, try to get 2. And they'll get the force out at 2. A double play, 5-6.
Yeah, that's just bad base running by Jess Gibson right there. You've got to slide in. You just cannot walk in there. And she ended up getting dinged up a little bit by not sliding.
So we'll step away now. 1.5 inning under the belts, and the score is 0-0. We'll be right back after this. We'd also like to remind you today's game is brought to you by Centralia College. Centralia College is your college for associate degrees, bachelor's degrees, and job training. Apply now to get a jump on classes and financial aid. Applying is easy and free. You belong at Centralia College. Visit www.centralia.edu for details.
And Wes, how about Centralia? They're in the semifinals.
They are.
They have done a great job. They have surprised a lot of people coming in here, winning a couple of games yesterday, and just like that, those mighty Trailblazers are a factor here at the NWAC Championship Tournament.
Got to watch Kirsten Smith last game. Absolutely fantastic pitching performance, able to help her team advance. She had some great offensive support, though, and that's always the key to pitching with confidence, is getting that offensive support. Takes the weight of the world off your shoulders, let me tell you.
Absolutely. Well, we'll see if Bailey Ellis can get something done here for the Red Devils in the circle. A sophomore returner who's been very good this year for Lower Columbia. The Red Devils coming in the tournament ranked 6th in pitching, along with that offense. And Bailey Ellis has been one of the factors. And of course, the Red Devils offensively kind of mucked up that first inning with base running and such. And we'll see if the Tritons can get something going here early.
So Sierra Innovea steps in, puts down a quick bunt, and they'll get that one in play. Quick one away.
Boy, nice bounce by Sam Boyce right there. Boy, she wasn't going to wait around for a call and from the umpire, whether it's fair or foul, and just got right on that. And probably with her hustle getting out from behind the plate, got in there to grab it before it went foul and make the out at first base.
So quick thinking on Boyce's part, and there's one away in the bottom half of the first. Ground ball right back to Ellis, and just like that, there's 2 away. 2 pitches, 2 outs.
Bailey Ellis has a chance to tie a long-time softball record by getting 3 outs on 3 pitches, but we'll see. If this batter right here coming up, Hannah Wilcox, she'll probably take one, I'm guessing. Or at least you would hope so.
I mean, especially with your table setters getting done in 2 pitches, that's not what you want to see from the top 2. You want to see as many pitches as possible, so the meat of your order has a chance to take one out of the yard and string some hits together.
And that's why Bailey Ellis just poured one right down the middle. He's thinking the same thing.
That one's beaten the third, so we got close on the record, 4 pitches, 3 outs. So at the end of 1 complete, it's still LCC 0 and Edmonds 0, and we'll be right back with the second inning after this.
What if your dreams could change the world? What would you do? Where would you start? Southern Oregon University is a place where anyone, everyone, can realize that dream. With over 40 majors, our accelerated degree programs, online and night schedules make sure your everyday life doesn't get in the way of your real life. Southern Oregon University. Learn. Dream.
still one complete here in Delta Park. The score is 0-0. And now it's time to see if Malachowski can keep her trend of scoreless going.
So, Wes, did you have fun yesterday making the game-winning walk-off home run call by one-eyed Bill up here, Bailey Hockett coming up to the plate?
Oh, that was something special to watch. Extra innings action, and Hockett just gets a hold of one on the outside corner at that and gets it right over center field. Fantastic.
First pitch, and she went oppo for the game winner, and she can do that.
First pitch to Hockett, skips in there for ball one.
Wes, you're probably asking, what's the story behind the nickname One-Eyed Bill?
Oh, you've read my mind.
She's from Tootle Lake High School, a tiny town, but near Mount St. Helens, Tootle. And she has terrible vision in one of her eyes. Oh, and she nailed her head coach down there. Oh, Coach Fuller took one. Look at, she's smiling, but that does not feel good. Look at Coach. Now, Coach is down. Now, all the men in the house are going, oh, yeah, that's bad down there. And she's going, well, hey, no big deal. There's the ultimate rub, right? You have a slow motion replay of you getting hit down in the third base box down there. Coach Fuller got one right on the right thigh down there.
I think we can save that in the game film for her.
Oh, boy. Oh, man.
So now the 1-1 offering to Hockett. Swung on, foul back to the catcher now.
And so everybody's getting some bruises here today. Hello, that is definitely if you weren't awake now, all of a sudden, Antoine Watson is awake now as she took one right off the helmet, and that hurt. And getting back to one-eyed Bill here, so Bailey Hockett has really poor vision in one eye. In fact, Rick McCorkle, the LCC beat writer of the Daily News, did a really good feature story on Bailey about this. And, her parents kind of knew something was up with that vision, and it never kept Bailey from competing. And I asked her, well, do you like this nickname, One-Eyed Bill? And she goes, I love it. Bill, I guess, is kind of a takeoff on Bailey, but, it's really, she's just been such a great athlete, and she also plays on the Lower Columbia basketball team, and you wouldn't know it there either. So, one of these deals where, you just adjust. It's been like that ever since she was a small kid, and that's all she's known is so she's adjusted. And there you are, One-Eyed Bill. And I'm glad to see Watson is feeling okay. Sometimes it just takes a little time, and she'll have a chance to take a couple of tosses and prove to everybody that she's okay. Trust me, if you're going to be a catcher behind there, you're used to getting punished. And, we saw Coach Fuller get hit on the pitch before. Well, she was the starting catcher for Oregon State for 4 years. So trust me, that's not the first bruise that she's got in her softball career either. But it kind of hurts when you get one as a head coach down there.
Well, it's the element of surprise you don't expect in the third base box, but you can anticipate it behind the dish. As that one, a swing and a miss, but the ball gets away, and Hockett on first.
I feel tough for Watson right there. Always something like that's going to happen. The ball's going to find you right after you get shaken up on something. And, it was just one of those great pitch by Malachowski. And she got the great big strikeout pitch there, but that ball went into the dirt so much that it got by Watson.
So that's going to bring up Rothwell. Rothwell had a great day yesterday. Few hits to her credit, as this one misses high and away.
Big potential for this young student athlete here, Hannah Rothwell. As a freshman, she's had some big moments, some big hits, still susceptible to striking out, something she'll have to tighten up.
And puts a bunt down right in front of the plate, and they'll get one. And Hockett will get to second. So a runner in scoring position and one away. And up steps Mariah Mendez, the third baseman.
Third baseman, number 22, Mariah Mendez.
Mariah Mendez's first college home run was against this team, Edmonds, earlier this year.
Well, a runner in scoring position. Here's an opportunity for her to do some damage and put them ahead here. First offering. Swung on and in the hole. That's a base hit. They're going to wave Hockett home. Throw to the plate will be cut off. And LCC has a 1-0 lead. RBI single from Mariah Mendez.
Well, good for Mariah. She wasn't thinking home run.
No.
You know, at this point of the season, you just got to find a hole somewhere out there. So good job of just hitting it to the right side, getting it through the hole, and pocket with good speed, scored easily.
And that's going to bring up Maddie Barr, playing second today for the Red Devils. Into her motion. Swung on, beating the third. Great reactions. And no. So no out made on a terrific stop at third base.
Oh, what a outstanding play by Tia Hedman down there. Look at this on the replay. Just snares that thing. The only thing that cost her is when she lost her balance after making that snare. But what a tremendous play by Hedman, because that ball is going to be into left field for a base hit and perhaps the runner at third.
So we got runner on first and a runner on second. No outs in the inning. And now she has to deal with Maggie Harshaw. This one hung up the middle, touches two, and they'll get one out. Now 2 outs in the inning, pardon, there was the sacrifice hit.
Wow, Paige Matsuki, that was an interesting play right there, because really she needs to step on the bag herself, but she kind of was looking at to flip it over to second, and then at the last minute said, well, I'm just going to hold on to it, as she should have there.
Well, it's when you're beaten in, instincts kick in. Coach says you want to use your teammate here. You don't want to try and do it yourself unless you have to, but just a example there of doing not what the coach tells you, but doing what feels right.
Well, Cheryl, the head coach at Edmonds, she's an old shortstop. She's saying, hey, you're a shortstop. Be selfish. Make plays.
This one gets behind Watson. Runner advances to second. Now 2 in scoring position. The count's 1-0.
Nicole Belaski, you can always tell the kids from Moreno Valley, California. They're wearing sweaters out there. It's like the boss of the NWAC, Marco Azzurri. He's freezing over there. He's a North California guy, except that it's colder there at night than it is here.
And this one looped foul down the third baseline, so we'll set up for it again. So a 1-1 count now to Nicole Blasky. 0 for 1 with a ground ball to second today. And now the 1-1 offering from Malakowski into her motion. And misses low.
Belaski asked for timeout there. It wasn't granted. And then Malakowski, the pitcher, kind of paused. And they said play on, and the pitch was low and outside.
So now a 2-1 offering. Up and in. Great hitters count here for Belaski. 2 runners on base, 2 outs in the inning. Red Devils looking to add to this lead. Swung on and fouled back. It'll get off the backstop. We'll set up again now, 3-2.
Well, what Edmonds is going through in this inning is you can't give a team like Lower Columbia extra outs, and Lower Columbia found that out against Mount Hood yesterday in their loss to the Saints.
Payoff pitch is swung on and looped to left, and that's going to hit the line. They're going to call it foul.
That's close, but the home plate, the base umpire down at third, he had the best view of everyone. He was right on top of it down there.
Well, how it works is the umpire at the plate has the foul calls but until the bag. After the bag, it's the third base or first base umpire, depending on the placement of the hit.
Yep, he was right on top of that, just foul.
So we'll set up again for another payoff pitch. Malakowski into her motion. The payoff pitch is outside and the bases are loaded for Ashley Kelly.
Well, this is trouble right here for Edmonds, West, because you've got the bases loaded. You've got Nicole Belaski at first base, and any ball hit in the gap by a player who has the most doubles in Lower Columbia history, this is going to be a key moment of the game for Haley Malakowski of Edmonds.
Not to mention a key moment for the Red Devils so they can get something across. Swung on, this one flied lazily to left.
That's a big pitch and big out for the Edmonds Tritons right there as Kelly goes first ball swinging.
So 1.5 complete, and the Red Devils have the lead 1-0. We'll step away for a second, but don't go anywhere. And more softball coming your way on the NWAC Sports Network.
Company retreat with Chief Football Officer Russell Wilson.
Guys, teamwork takes practice. And some days will be a little turbulent. But if we stay focused and show our customers that we care. Now that's giving our best. Best!
Sir, for your safety, please remain seated.
Yes, ma'am.
Giving you our best never stops. Thank you for flying Alaska.
The first day of school made it all worth it because I realized that I had made the right choice and I got to pursue my passion, and not just my passion, it was my dream.
When I came here and I'm in a class with 20 to 30 people, your teachers remember you by name. They treat you like you're an adult.
Don't do something that you hate doing for the rest of your life, because life is short. You only have one life to live.
So the Devils draw first blood in today's contest. They lead 1-0 as we enter the home half of the second inning. And it's going to be 4-5-6 due up as Bailey was able to set them down in order. Only needing 4 pitches to get through the first inning. So Ellis settling back into the circle. And the first hitter will be Cameron Kane. And she swings, lines this one to left. That's going to get down for at least a single. Rounding first, on her way to 2. Gun play, and safe. Late slide over.
Great
at
hustle. Now Maddie Barr's shaking up down there at second base, but great hustle as she was coming out of the box, saw that thing kind of tailing away from Jess Gibson out there in left field, and boy, she put it into gear, and that's great hustle.
A little late on the slide, though. Looks like she was trying to slide right into Maddie Barr.
Yeah. You got to slide right into the base, and so, boy, that'd be tough. Maddie Barr's been banged up all season long for Lower Columbia. She's pretty much held together with duct tape out there, and that's the last thing she wanted to see was some contact down there. It looks like she's going to be okay.
Good to hear there, and it'll go down as a leadoff double for Kian. And Paige Matsuki is going to be the hitter now. No one out and a runner in scoring position. And Bailey Ellis in a little bit of trouble here early in the second. Now when you talk about late slides, I know they've just changed baseball rules about you can't deviate from the base paths at all, but would that apply to softball as well at the collegiate level?
You know, that wasn't blatant, I think. You just don't see it that much in the softball game, but you know, I've got to believe, and certainly there are slide rules at the plate, you know, try to stay away from injury like that.
And here's a shallow fly ball. It'll land in the triangle. Throw to third. Not in time, and looks like she'll take second on that one. Great base running by Paige Matsuki, and now 2 in scoring position for Antoinette Watson.
And a poor decision by Nicole Belaski right there. Keep runners out of scoring position right there. She wasn't going to get that player at third base. Get it into your middle infielders and keep the runners at the corners, and now you've got all kinds of problems here with 2 runners in scoring position and no outs.
Big opportunity for rebuttal. First pitch to Watson is taken for strike 1. Watson, the catcher today. We've seen her already take a foul ball to the head. This one misses up and in. Count knotted up at 1. Matsuki, the runner at second. Kian, the runner at third. This one laced foul. It'll actually hit the third base umpire.
Boy,
So
everybody's getting hit out here today. It's a good thing we have this screen back behind here, huh?
yeah, we managed to hit a spectator. We've hit the cycle today.
That's right.
So a 1-2 count now.
Boy, that was almost a huge, huge hit for Antoinette Watson. Just foul by inches.
Ellis into her motion. Big pitch coming here is up. Count knotted up at 2 apiece. Well, you want to talk about how important the rebuttal is in the bottom half of the inning. That's the great part about being the home team. As that one's chopped over the third baseman's head, run's going to score. Throw to the plate will be not in time. 2-run score on the double by Watson.
And that's where the poor decision will cost you a run. That runner who had that hit prior to that, she would just be at second base right now, and it'd be just a tie game. Now the Tritons roar back and take the lead.
Boy, and that's got to hurt double because that's not only the tying run, but the lead run.
That's right.
And now the momentum has obviously shifted as the first pitch misses ball 1. So runner on second base now. Still time.
Boy, and Riley Davidson's up there hacking away and got a couple of good pitches and just missed. Edmonds serious here today because, boy, they've got their camo gear on and they're ready.
Oh, yeah.
And there's another pitch where, you know, I just have not seen a lot of corners given to the pitchers in this tournament so far.
Well, they've been given the corners. It just seems to be a little inconsistent when they give it to them. As there's a strike on the inside half of the plate. Man, but we've seen that more mainly with the off-speed breakers, stuff like that. Fastballs have been generally very good, called on the outside corner. 1-2, this one, lazy fly ball, the shortstop. And they finally find the first out.
Nice play by Ashley Kelly. She got a great first jump on that, made a good read, and made a nice little angle out there to be able to you know, make that catch. If you just kind of go straight towards second on that, you're not going to make that catch. Little drop step and went right back out to the cut of the grass out there to make a nice play.
So Bailey will pitch to Bailey now, and this one, another play to Kelly on the second, and they got the double play. Fantastic defense by Ashley Kelly as she, with the hat trick, gets the Devils out of the jam. Edmonds now leading 2-1. It'll be right back. Bottom half of the third due up after this.
The first day of school is kind of scary. You don't know your teachers yet or who your friends will be. But school is really important. It's how you learn things and grow.
Okay, I'm ready.
You're gonna do great, Mommy.
For you, for them, Clark College. Get started today at clark.edu.
Soldiers in the Guard's intelligence field gather information on the enemy using a variety of tactics. Scanning foreign communications, conducting interrogations, and debriefing friendly contacts, all while delivering and coordinating data to help allies on the battlefield or stop civil emergencies. The enemy can't hide from Guard intelligence.
And now we see this replay here. Ashley Kelly over to second. We're not sure if they got the second out there, but we want to take a look at this camera angle.
Well, I know they got the second out because that was the catch, but yeah, the umpire kind of blocked on that. Bang, bang, you know, a lot of those in softball, and it's part of the game, man, part of the game. LCC will take it and try to minimize the damage as Edmonds roars right back. As you call it, Wes, the rebuttal, pretty good rebuttal by the Tritons that last inning.
I'd say so. And now let's see if the Red Devils can start one of their own. First offering to Gibson. Taken low and away, ball 1.
You know, the Lower Columbia team, Marco, music, please.
A little bit of a music malfunction there taken care of.
Yeah. Back to my point, we kind of got waylaid there a little bit, but the the Red Devils, a fastball hitting team, so a pitcher like Malachowski can be very, very effective with this off-speed stuff, and then there mixes in that fastball and so I think the Red Devils coming in, we're thinking perhaps we potentially could have some problems here if we're not willing to stay back and adjust.
1-1 pitch to Gibson is fouled back into the glove. 1-2.
Yeah, great pitch by Haley right there. I mean, slow stuff. And Gibson, a great fastball hitter. She'll adjust, and as you can see, she is right at the front of the batter's box here all the time.
Grounded up the middle. That'll get through for a leadoff single.
Yeah, Jessica Gibson is one of the better players I've ever seen as far as adjusting. She has no problems being down in the count, and perfect example right there. She was just thinking, put it in play, wait, and there she is, lead off base hit. Great job.
That's going to bring up the catcher, Sam Boyce. Boyce, very dangerous hitter. Inning getting off to a good start for LCC.
Have you ever heard of the town Cathlamet?
I can't say I have, Kirk.
All right.
As that one, a base hit. So back-to-back singles, and the Red Devils are in business.
Now batting for the Red Devils. First baseman, number 8, Bailey.
So no outs in the inning, and that's going to bring Bailey Hockett to the plate.
Well, the folks in Cathlamet are loving that right there because their golden child, Samantha Boyce, just got a base hit. Tiny little town in the smallest county in the state of Washington, Wahkiakum County. She's from Wahkiakum High School, and just a great multi-sport athlete there. And as I mentioned earlier, playing 2 sports at LCC, and she's good. And that's called small town living right there. About 30 miles down the Columbia River from Longview, where Lower Columbia is. And then speaking of tiny towns, here's the pride of Tootle. One-eyed Bill, Bailey Hockett.
So the 0-1 offering to One-eyed Bill. Swung on and fouled straight back. We'll set up an 0-2. Hockett, again, the hero of Game 1 of the tournament, had a walk-off home run in the 8th inning.
Clackamas pitching a shutout over behind us here, Wes. And we've got North Idaho ahead big, 8-0 over there over Walla Walla. So great here at Delta Park, where we've got softballs flying all over the place in this second day of the NWAC championships.
And like you said, today is the day of elimination, and it's going to be intense as B bracket play starting here on the broadcast. We'll have A bracket play for you a little later in the day. But right now, this is a do-or-die game for both of these teams. Hockett in a good battle here as she fouls that one away.
This has got a chance to be a small town rally here for the Devils. Jess Gibson from Rainier, Oregon.
Aggressive secondary.
Yes. Jessica Gibson's not a speed merchant out there, but she is someone that can sometimes get herself in trouble being aggressive. We saw her yesterday on your broadcast get thrown out trying to stretch a double.
And another foul ball from Bailey Hockett. Watson taking another one, looks like in the hand that time.
Boy, Antoinette, hang in there. She's tough. And, I mean, she just looks the part behind there, doesn't she? Man, that is a good-looking athlete behind the dish there for the Tritons.
So another 2-2 offering to Hockett. It's up high, and Hockett works a full count.
This is tough for Haley right here because, you don't want to give in here at 2-2, but she's got to keep them from getting loaded up. And tough customer here in Hockett.
And even if she manages to get by Hockett, she's going to have to deal with Rothwell on deck. No slouch at the plate either.
Well, Lower Columbia's good offensively. That's
Absolutely.
plain and simple. There's really not a weak spot in their lineup, and they've done some damage this year indeed.
So payoff pitch coming to Hockett. Swung on, lazy fly ball.
Huge out. Huge out for Haley Malachowski. What a pitch. That is clutch pitch, and she has really been good in this tournament, getting the key outs that she needs. That's a big one right there.
So Rothwell stepping to the plate now, 1 away in the top half of the 3rd inning. Malachowski now into her motion. Taken for a quick strike, 0-1.
Anna Rothwell certainly with power. She can hit one out. Strikeout susceptible. So another big matchup here.
And 0-2.
And another clutch pitch by Haley Malachowski.
Malachowski in the driver's seat with no 2 count to Rothwell. Big pitch coming now. Just inside, 1-2.
It's interesting. Jessica Gibson out at second base. You'll watch. She's trying to help Rothwell on location there. You'll see her at second base kind of point on which way she thinks the pitch is going to be. We'll see if she does it again. Look at, she's peering in there trying to look, and now says, oh, that's not going to help right there when you point both ways. And Rothwell strikes out. That's too much information.
Another big out there for Malachowski, and that's going to bring up Mariah Mendez as an RBI single to her point.
Anna Rothwell doesn't need somebody flashing their arms out there. How about right down the middle, and she couldn't catch up to it.
First offering now to Mendez. Up high.
It's like, I appreciate the help, but I'm good.
So 1-0 the count to Mendez.
See if Mendez can continue to be a Triton's killer.
That one will miss low and in. 2-0 the count.
Setting up way outside on this pitch.
And that one's fouled away. Interesting, Gibson pointing on the inside with her hand motion there. Catcher setting up outside. The pitch was inside anyway. So you got to wonder if both the pitcher and the catcher here are on the same page. Because certainly Gibson and Mendez are. And this one up the middle, it'll sneak through. One runs across as Gibson comes across to score. Throw coming in to the plate and nothing going. So another RBI single for Mendez as she continues to put on a show in this game.
Hey, ground balls, put it in play. It's the way to do it. And, great job. Mariah Mendez 2 for 2, and that's going to bring the head coach out to have a little chat with Malachowski.
And the importance of getting it done with 2 outs is just, it's crazy how important that is.
Oh, yeah.
And nothing deflates a defense more than them getting 2 quick outs, and then the next 3 people, we got a walk, a single, and then an RBI single from Mendez.
There's an excellent shot right there of the respective head coaches. You've got Cheryl Gilmore, who's talking to her infield and her pitcher right now, and there you have Tracy Fuller talking to her catcher, Sam Boyce. A couple of catchers right there talking to each other, and that's a tremendous shot by our camera folks here on the NWAC Sports Network, and of course the production team of Topher Vision. It's great to have everybody here. And boy, thanks for letting me join the party here today. I got a phone call on my way down here, and they go, hey, you want to do color with Wes? And I said, well, okay. I don't think I'm going to get here until about 5 minutes, so beg your pardon if I didn't have a lot of time to prepare for, especially the Tritons. I've seen Lower Columbia numerous times this year, but
Well, that's understandable. I mean, you are the athletic director up there. But it's a pleasure to have you today.
Yeah, well, if we lose, it's my fault. If we win, way to go, coaches and players.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it should be.
So the count now 0-1 to Maddie Barr.
Maddie Barr shaken up on that play earlier, but she's tough and she's back up there, and a chance for her to come up with a clutch hit. She's been a tremendous defensive player for LCC. Really hadn't got the bat going consistently this year, but boy, she can do it. If you notice, she's got an interesting batting style. If you see, she's got the split grip. She's like Mel Ott out there. She's got it. She's not a slapper, and when you have a split grip like that, it's an interesting way to go about it.
So a 4-3 putout ends the bleeding here as the Red Devils come back and tie it up at 2 after 3. We'll have fourth inning action coming up for you right here on the NWAC Sports Network. Don't go anywhere.
The first day of school is kind of scary. You don't know your teachers yet or who your friends will be. But school is really important. It's how you learn things and grow.
Okay, I'm ready.
You're gonna do great, Mommy.
For you, for them, Clark College. Get started today at clark.edu.
Home is not a building, and it's not some number on a mailbox. It's a place where we grow and love and learn. At Southern Oregon University, our people, our programs, our place blend together like a family. With over 40 majors, exceptional faculty, and a commitment to inclusion and diversity, once you become a Southern Oregon University Raider, you're home.
So bottom of the third coming up now, and we've got some scores from around the rest of the complex here. Clackamas currently beating CBC 4-0. Wenatchee Valley is tied with Spokane 1-1, and North Idaho College is shutting out Walla Walla 8-0 in the third.
2-2 tie here, and a great ball game here between Edmonds and Lower Columbia. And well, Wes, this is a chance for another one of those rebuttals for Edmonds coming back. It's after the scoreless first inning, we've seen Lower Columbia put a pair of sticks up there, and the Edmonds team with 2 runs the last frame, see if they can come back. Not sure what Coach Fuller's got in mind right here, but looks like she's made a defensive change out in left field. It appears that probably Rothwell and Gibson have flip-flopped from the DP and in left field. So that's what I think that move is all about for Coach Fuller.
So the 9-hole hitter Chantel Brown will be the first batter in this inning.
And indeed, that is the move that LCC made.
So 2 runs apiece now in the home half of the third. First offering, just up and in. 1-0. One other thing that we saw with LCC's other pitcher, Fisher, in the first game is that she was I think it was 15 for 15 on first pitch strikes before they brought in.
Right. Yeah, Fish
Bailey.
is aggressive. She'll go after you there. Christina Fisher's got a sore arm. That's what's really. That's really what is kind of hurting her a little bit right now. She's did a good job yesterday in relief against Mount Hood. So well, I'm sure we may see her today and in this game.
And that one fouled up our way, and it is a 1-2 count now to Chantel Brown.
What do they say in softball and baseball? The best pitch is strike one.
Well, there are some people who would argue it's not as good as strike 3. But
good point.
And count now knotted up at 2. Top of the order in Sierra Inavejas on deck. This one slap foul. So we'll set up again 2-2.
Really got to be impressed by the way this Tritons team battles you up there. You know, it was amazing that multi-year run where they didn't win a game, and that was just kind of the culture. And now you've got Coach Gilmore that has this team battling every pitch.
And quick strikeout there on a 2-2 pitch. And one away in the home half of the third. Top of the order due up now, Sierra Inaveas.
Designated player, number 33, Sierra Inaveas.
Inaveas 0 for 1. Only saw one pitch in her first at bat. This one a strike on the outer half of the plate, 0-1. Ellis settling back in. Very fast worker. And she misses high.
Boy, and does your defense appreciate that? There's nothing worse than someone that's fidgeting all over the place, taking 30 seconds in between pitches.
And especially if you start to get wild during an inning, it just elongates it. Your infielders start to fall asleep, your outfielders as well. And that affects the mood on their way back into the dugout, too, when it's time to hit.
Yeah, while we're young, Ellis is pretty good.
And strike two, knotted up at 2 now on that outside pitch.
That was a nice pitch there by Bailey Ellis. Being allowed to paint a little bit out there, that was nice.
2-2 offering, swung on, and hit foul down the first baseline. Set up again, 2-2. Next 2-2 offering. Swung on, fly ball to right. Nobody's going to get to this one. Great attempt there. But nothing happening there, and a single.
Boy, Maddie Barr made a great attempt at that right there. She's pretty good at this. And she can get a great play on the replay. And I'll tell you what, Maddie will definitely sell out to make a play.
So one away and a runner at first base. So one swung on, grounded to short. Kelly on the bar, and they can't complete the double play. Great backup there from Boyce. There are 2 away. 2 down, runner at first base. And that's going to bring up Hannah Wilcox. Wilcox 0 for 1 on the day.
Number 24, the second baseman.
Part of that big 4-pitch first inning for Bailey Ellis. Ellis into her motion, first offering, a little bit outside. Wilcox, big power hitter. Swung on, a lazy fly ball to the pitcher, and that will do it for the Tridents in the home half of the third. 4th inning action coming your way. LCC due up, and we'll see you in a few minutes.
Because I'm interested in how different ticks can be on different trails can actually impact human infection rates of Rocky Mountain spotted fever. I did all of the research from the ground up. I got into grad school at the University of Notre Dame. The research opportunities that I've gotten here were absolutely instrumental in my getting into grad school. I love bugs and other arthropods, yeah. Especially the ones that carry disease.
So Red Devils ready to do some damage here. And they're going to start by sending up Maggie Harshaw. She'll be followed by the top of the Red Devils order.
A great kid here, Maggie Harshaw. She last week was named the LCC Athletics Female Student Athlete of the Year. Great in the classroom, and has been a solid player for 2 years here.
She'll take strike one. Olowski settling back in, getting that first pitch strike. Back into her motion now. Tries to slap that one. Ends up a strike.
Tried to bunt her way aboard here with the corner infielders all crashing on her there. With 2 strikes now, do it conventionally, get a base hit.
Malakowski in the driver's seat, the 0-2 offering. High, ball 1.
You see this a lot in softball, Wes, where with 2 strikes, a player will almost square as if they're going to bunt, but there's no intention to bunt, and I think it's just kind of a rhythm thing where they then just kind of get into a little rock cradle and then get a hit.
That one beaten to short. Throw on the first in time, 1 away. Quick 6-3 put out. Great reactions by Paige Matsuki. And that'll bring the top of the order in Nicole Belaski.
That's what you expect out of your shortstop. Make those routine plays like that and get that big leadoff hitter retired.
So Belaski settles in. Her third AB. And nobody's going to get to that one. 1-out hit for Belaski. And one's got to wonder what she's going to do on the base paths.
Well, let me see. Let me think for a second. She's going to steal.
Think long and hard, though.
Yeah. And she might do it on the first pitch. She's not one that messes around on it. She wants those steals. She wants to get in the scoring position. And Ashley Kelly's really good about, taking a pitch to allow her to do this. We saw Kelly, her first time up, get a little over anxious and swing at the first pitch. We'll see if she takes and just allows Belaski to do her thing.
Well, especially if you can get Belaski in scoring position with one of your better gap hitters up.
There it is, first pitch and forget it.
And
she's going to go to third. See, she's just a disruptor. Well, looks like she shook up her left ankle a little bit. She's okay. But, yeah, just a disruptor. I mean, the steal causes the wide throw, and so just like that, a stolen base in an air, and she's 60 feet away.
And great discipline by Ashley Kelly, not trying to slap that outside pitch.
Yeah.
So 1 ball, no strike count. A runner at third base for one of the more dangerous hitters in this LCC lineup. This one will miss as well. 2 balls and no strikes. .2-0 offering now. Hitters count for Kelly. Kelly calls time and it is granted. So we'll set up again. 2-0. Kelly digging back in. Malakowski settling into the circle. Swing and a miss, big swing and a miss.
Beautiful pitch by Haley Malakowski. That was tremendous.
When there's just so much pressure on a pitcher to throw a strike in a 2-0 count, you don't want to run 3-0. And at the same time, you don't want to give them a pitch that they can absolutely clobber. So a great use of the off-speed pitch there. This one beaten. I'll throw on the first in time. No!
Called her safe at first, and boy, on that play, Belaski actually stopped and waited for the throw, and I'm not sure why she did that. That you would think that she would score easily just going in on contact right there, but as you see in the replay, she waited to see. Here's the throw over to first, and that's a great call by the umpire over there because she did lift her foot as it came in low in there.
Oh, Gilmore giving the first base umpire an earful now.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely one that coach should go out there and at least ask about a little bit, but our replay clearly showed that that foot came up off the bag as she tried to get the low throw.
So Gilmore's attempt will not change anything. So another run scores for LCC. They lead 3-2 now. Runner on first base and still only one away. And it'll bring Gibson to the plate.
For the Red Devils, left fielder, number 23, Jessica Gibson.
Kelly is also a threat to steal over at first base.
Called strike. Kelly not going anywhere on the first pitch.
Well, Haley Malakowski has been awfully clutch, getting big outs, going through this lineup. This is definitely going to be a tough stretch for her right here. Already a run in from the top of the lineup. Kelly at first base and just one out. And you have Gibson and Boyce coming up, and that's tough to deal with.
The ideal situation here, obviously, getting that ground ball double play to avoid the meat of the order with runners on base.
That time Antoinette Watson was talking to the home plate umpire about something there.
This one grounded, and it'll get through the hole. Now 2 runners on base, and here comes Sam Boyce.
Yeah, and that's the complete hitting of Jessica Gibson, and one of the reasons why Thursday night she was named an NFCA All-American, one of 3 off this Lower Columbia team. Not only doubles and home run power, but just as we've seen, 2 outstanding singles, and just keeping that batting average high and keeping the rallies going.
First pitch to Boyce, swung on and hit foul out of play.
Belaski, Kelly, and Gibson were all named to the All-American team and well-deserving, and that's why this LCC team's been tough this year.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, there's only like 2 or 3 players who are hitting under 300 on this LCC roster.
That's right.
That's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, and they took 3rd in their division. That's how tough the South is. I mean, you've got that Mount Hood team that's so good. You've got the Clackamas team that, despite Lower Columbia defeating that team 3 out of 4 games this year, that's what Clackamas does. They win softball games, and they got the automatic berth, the top 2 in, and then of course the rest of the field selected from the ratings percentage index, the old RPI, and Lower Columbia 3rd in their league, but 6th in the entire conference RPI. So that's kind of why a lot of it was put together, because it's so strong in the South.
High fly ball, right field, runner tagging.
That'll move him up.
And it looked like she may have left a little early on that. We'll see if there's some kind of appeal.
Or a replay. I think she was okay there.
Now then, number 8.
So 2 away.
Bailey Hockett.
And Bailey Hockett coming to the plate. Runners at the corners. And we'll see if LCC can pad their lead a little bit going into the home half of the 4th. Pitch is high and away. One 0 offering to Hockett. Swung on and beaten foul down the 3rd baseline.
Nice play by Tia Hedman over there in foul ground.
He's had great reactions to hit balls all day.
She's cat quick down there at 3rd.
1-1 now to Hockett. And that one misses.
It's kind of the backing up the point that we made earlier, where it just seems like a lot that off-speed stuff. It's tough to get those called strikes.
And a little inside that time. So a dangerous 3-1 count to Bailey Hockett.
Red Devils' Jessica Gibson, who was pitching yesterday against Mount Hood, had a couple of changeups that appeared to have the at-bat over and wasn't given. Yeah, another great pitch and play by Haley Malakowski. So she takes it herself on the soft liner right back to her.
So we played 3.5. LCC leads Edmonds 3-2, and at this time we'd like to remind you today's game brought to you by Centralia College. Centralia College is your college for associate's degrees, bachelor's degrees, and job training. Apply now to get a jump on classes and financial aid. Applying is easy and free. You belong at Centralia College. Visit www.centralia.edu for details.
Medical specialists in the Guard are skilled in CPR, field triage, and emergency life support. Medics stabilize and evac the wounded during combat, come to the aid of civilians in a disaster, and provide day-to-day outpatient care. Medical specialists are saving lives on and off the battlefield.
Today's game also brought to you by Eastern Washington University. Thinking about transferring? Think about Eastern Washington University. EWU is minutes from trails and lakes as well as the state's second largest city. But it's not just a great location. EWU offers cutting-edge STEM degrees and is Washington State's best academic value for transfer students. Learn more today at ewu.edu/transfer.
Leading off for the Titans.
So we welcome you back now, home half of the fourth, and we got some scores from around the rest of the park here. Wenatchee Valley, 4-1 over Spokane in the fourth inning. Clackamas leading CBC 4-1 in the fourth inning. And Northern Idaho College making meat out of Walla Walla 10-0 in the fourth. We'll keep you updated on those as we can, as this one, high fly ball, it's got some carry on it, and this one will leave the yard. Talk about a rebuttal, courtesy of Carmen Kian.
Cameron Kanayan, that's great. That's Oppo, first pitch. Let the ball get a little deep on her and just boom, sent it out of there. And well, the Tritons loving that. Just like that, we've got a tie game, 3-3.
I mean, we knew this was going to be a back and forth game, but we didn't expect this kind of show from either one. We expected kind of opposites from each other. LCC putting on a slugging show.
Yeah.
And we expected the Edmonds College to lop singles together. That's baseball and softball, I guess.
Yeah, that's great. You know, right before the inning, we saw assistant coach Adrian Manuel walk from the dugout of Edmonds, and he was smiling and had something to say to his hitter right there. Well, whatever you said, Coach, good job. He might have said, hey, be ready for a first pitch meatball right down the middle, and she got it, and she sent it over the fence in right field.
And now a 1-1 count to Paige Matsuki. This one laced foul.
Well, Cheryl Gilmore, she's put a staff together that's outstanding as well. Adrian is a great guy who's done a lot of coaching up in Snohomish County up there. And Matt Wilcox is also an assistant who's also very active in the youth area up there. And so all three of these coaches know the area. That certainly has to be your base of recruiting. And, Coach Gilmore, she was at Western Washington, got her master's degree. I mean, she's pretty smart, and they've got it covered up there for sure as far as recruiting the great talent.
Fantastic.
Great changeup by Bailey Ellis right there.
That is just a devastating off-speed pitch.
That just had some nuclear stank dripping from it. That ball almost mocks you as it goes by. You're in your full swing, and beautiful pitch by Bailey Ellis. She's still smiling over there. Whenever you get a changeup that floats in that good on a strike three, pitchers love it. And just and her teammates are still smiling. And then comes back with a nice fastball on a first pitch.
The hitter now is Antoinette Wilson, the catcher. And that count knotted up at 1 apiece now. Wilson had a timely hit in their last at bat. And time will be called.
I'm not sure what there was some discussion there with, Bailey Ellis, the pitcher there, after the timeout was called. So everybody's reset and ready to go.
Great fielding from Kelly. The throw across will be in time, but the ball is dropped.
No, she beat it out. That's a base hit. When Kelly, unless the error's called on the drop out there by Kelly, but Watson can motor down there pretty good. It looked like she was by the bag first, so it may be an error.
That is awfully close.
Yeah. But I mean, you've got to be able to catch it over there too, as Bailey Hockett dropped the ball, and now we'll have a pinch runner come on. Looks like Melissa Ike's going to come out and run for the catcher, and that'll allow her to get back and get her duds put on and use some of that speed out there.
So Riley Davidson now. One away here in the home half of the fourth.
Well, what resolve by this Edmonds team, just coming right back at LCC.
Misses away with the first pitch, 1-0.
Didn't miss by much.
It did not. Settling back in. Ellis with the pitch. This one grounded to second. Go to second on the first. Not in time to first, so they'll get one on the fielder's choice.
Bar to Kelly over to first has been really good for LCC. They've had really an abnormal number of middle infield double plays this year. You just don't see that much on the small field, but they can turn it pretty good, as you saw right there.
Now Bailey center. Takes the first pitch. Up and away, ball one. So two down in the bottom half of the fourth. A runner at first base. Edmonds again coming back in this inning to tie it up with a home run. This one popped up and foul will get out of play.
Has this canopy been doing right by you here during the tournament, Wes?
Oh, it's been doing fantastic.
You haven't got one on the noggin yet?
The closest that's come is actually a foul ball that came from that field there. Bounced and almost hit the monitor in front of us, actually.
Got some good backspin on that one, huh?
Oh, I'd say. So now a 1-1 count. It's a little colder here today than it was yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Hey, no one's too concerned about how cold it is. They just want it to remain dry with the forecast of rain showers coming in a little bit later. So that's why they moved today's second day up an hour to make sure.
Well, trying to get all 4 games in today is a very smart move. Trying to keep the tournament on schedule. As that one looks like it may have hit Bailey center.
Yeah, just ball 4 just inside, and so here we go. The Tritons keep coming back at you.
And Chantel Brown, the center fielder, due up.
And now Coach Gilmore's going to come out and talk with the home plate umpire, and looks like she's going to make a move here as well, and it's going to bring someone off the bench.
It's going to be Madison Wood coming in for Chantel Brown.
So Madison Wood coming off the bench, and she has got a history here at Edmonds. She was one of their top producers last year. Good power, 8 home runs last year. So, I mean, this might be, hey, run into one here and see if maybe you can try to get us a big 3-run home run or at least a big base hit to try to break this 3-3 tie.
Well, it always pays to have power on your bench.
Absolutely.
Especially in softball and baseball. You just got to have that guy who can come in at any time, give you the big hit that you need. Very, very valuable part of this team. So the count goes to 1-1 as Wood fouls that last pitch away. Swing and a miss there. 1-2. Bailey Ellis a strike away from getting out of this jam.
Another one of those potential defining moments in a softball game.
Just high. So 2s across the board here in the bottom of the 4th. Ellis settling back into her motion. The pitch is tapped right back to her, and that'll do it for the Tridents in the 4th. But they tie it up on a solo shot from Kien, and we'll see you in the top of the 5th inning right after this.
LCC has definitely prepared me to transfer to Oregon State because it's helped me with my study skills. I'm a much harder worker than I was in high school.
I had a great support base by the staff, and I've made some great friends that I think I'll carry on with my life.
I've definitely loved my classes. I've learned a lot. It's been a healthy environment.
Don't be afraid to branch out. The people here are awesome. I'm going to be in it for a while, but down the road I'll be finishing up and be ready to join the workforce.
What if your dreams could change the world? What would you do? Where would you start? Southern Oregon University is a place where anyone, everyone, can realize that dream. With over 40 majors, our accelerated degree programs, online and night schedules make sure your everyday life doesn't get in the way of your real life. Southern Oregon University. Learn. Dream.
So 4 in the books at Delta Park, and the score is tied at 3 apiece. And it's going to be Hannah Rothwell to lead off for the Red Devils.
Hannah Rockwell.
So Hannah Rothwell will lead off. Not a typical leadoff type person, but her job's just to get on board. And she's from Linden, Washington, so she's actually kind of closer to Edmonds than Lower Columbia. And just a great athletic program up there in Linden, just north of Bellingham.
And her first offering.
Good pitch.
A great pitch. It's called a ball.
A great pitch that's a ball. Haley Malakowski's done an outstanding job just taking it from yesterday and the big win over SWAC and coming right back at this LCC team. Her job in this inning is to try to put another goose egg up on the board. She shut down LCC in the top of the 1st, and since then sticks for LCC 1-1-1, 2, 3, and 4.
And
got hit.
That one's going to hit her. So a runner on first base.
Well, if you're going to get hit, a little marshmallow up there on that pitch is the one you want to get plunked on, right? She just kind of tossed a little mallow up there, and it hit her right on the thigh.
So this will bring up the Edmonds killer, Mariah Mendez.
That's right, 2 for 2 today, and of course had a home run against this team in their first meeting back in March.
And has 2 RBIs to her credit today as well. First offering, shows bunt, pulls back, takes high.
Coach Fuller is probably thinking right now with the bottom of my lineup, coming up here, no disrespect, but, maybe getting a bunt down here might be good to get Rothwell over in scoring position, and then, you never know if they can muck it up by fielding the bunt. That's what she's thinking right there, but you got to get it between the lines. Fouled that one off. LCC has not been a very good bunting team this year.
Well, with the power numbers they have, I'm not surprised.
Right. Yeah. And especially with Belaski's ability to steal at the top of the order, the last thing you're thinking is to waste an out on a bunt with her. You just let her steal the bag and maybe steal third.
Or if it comes down to it, let her steal the bag, then bunts her over to third, and then they're only 60 feet away from scoring. They'll get Mendez at first.
Yeah, good execution there.
So 1 away and a runner at second base. That's going to bring Maddie Barr to the plate.
And number 10, second baseman, Maddie Barr.
Well, I know Maddie Barr's thinking, something, I need to come up with a nice base hit here to try to regain the lead. I know she feels kind of bad. She had an error in the ball game yesterday against Mount Hood, and she's been so good defensively, and she beats herself up a little bit. Not this time. Although, there's the error. So good enough. She'll take that one.
Now the question is, are they going to give her the single and the error?
Yeah, definitely. No, I don't think it's a signal. I think it's an error all the way on that. And to be honest with you, it might be a pair.
Well, let's take a look here.
Yeah, because you make a good throw there and the out's recorded, so that's an error, and that'll be an unearned run for Malachowski. And now Maggie Harshaw with a chance to also put it in play and try to get Barr to come in. LC takes the lead 4-3.
Harshaw beats that one to third. Throw on the first, in time they got her. And that throw's cut off. So there's 2 down, but a runner at third base.
Barr timed that perfectly. Saw the third baseman over there, Tia Hedman, take a quick check and then go over to first base. And if you can read that really well, and that's a great job by Barr. And to be honest with you, Barr was off second quite a bit, that Hedman might have been tempted to throw back behind her and get her out over there.
And especially after giving up an error, you just want to get an out. You don't want to start making a trend out of it.
Yeah.
As they get out of it with getting Belaski to line to second.
Oh, another single put on the board for LCC.
And we'd like to remind you at this time, today's game brought to you by Centralia College. Centralia College is your college for associate degrees, bachelor's degrees, and job training. Apply now to get a jump on classes and financial aid. Applications are easy and free. You belong at Centralia College. Visit www.centralia.edu for details.
As certified jumpers, divers, and survival experts, Special Forces are dropped behind enemy lines to train foreign fighters, carry out covert missions, or prevent future conflicts. These soldiers live for the challenge, highly trained and highly intelligent. Special Forces soldiers are the best of the best.
Today's game also brought to you by Olympic College, the place to pursue your dreams on and off the field. With 11 women's and men's athletic teams and numerous academic pathways, there's something for everyone at Olympic College. Get busy learning at olympic.edu. So the Red Devils come back and score again.
Yep, Devils up 4-3. And Wes, here's an update on some scores around the complex, if you don't mind. Wenatchee Valley over Spokane, still 4-1 now in the fifth. Clackamas holding on to their 4-1 lead over Columbia Basin in the fifth. And well, North Idaho is about ready to do a 5-inning number on Walla Walla. They're in the fourth still. North Idaho leading Walla Walla 15-0.
So Inaveas coming to the plate. She's 0 for 2 today. Takes ball 1 in her first offering. 1-0 pitch from Bailey Ellis. Up high, ball 2.
Well, you look at the scoreboard here at Field 4 at Delta Park, and it looks like the scoreboard's using hash marks to put the Lower Columbia total in there. If they score another one, you have to do that little cross mark on it, right, for the fifth run.
Quick fly ball to right, 1 away. Also possible scoreboards in Morse code today as well. 0, 1, 1, 1. No, that's binary.
Yeah, there you go. Go old school, rock the abacus out there or something. Huh?
So 1 away here in the bottom of the fifth inning. And that'll bring Tia Hedman. Been playing a great game at third base today. Catches the outside corner with the fastball, strike 1. Boy, and Tuesday and, Saturday and Sunday, both very emotional days, no matter who's playing. You don't want to see teams have great seasons then, especially yesterday, the teams that went 2 and out, they worked so hard to get here. And you just can't afford to roll over and die, especially on elimination day.
Absolutely. Well, that's a pretty good hitting by Tia Hedman right there. Didn't try to do too much with it and just served it out into right field for a 1-out base hit.
And that'll bring the ever dangerous Hannah Wilcox to the plate. 0 for 2 today. And looks like she's going to go 0 for 3 as that one doesn't leave the infield.
Oh, that's a big out for Bailey Ellis right there. As you mentioned, Hannah's such a good hitter for this Edmonds team and just got a little anxious, and just a good location there for Bailey Ellis, and that's a big out for Lower Columbia.
Boy, and here comes trouble.
Yep.
Carmen Kian.
Well, she knows she can do it. An opposite field home run last time up.
Misses high with the first pitch to her.
Going out in right field out there, right center field. The wind is definitely blowing it out there, and I think Coach Fuller of Lower Columbia is thinking the same thing. I might have to come out here and discuss something with Bailey Ellis and talk a little bit, just to remind her now you do remember this was the girl that hit it oppo against you last time, and maybe just go over pitch selection here with catcher Sam Boyce. And Coach Fuller, look she must think someone's scouting and looking at the video right here. She's got her scoreboard up, kind of like you see in baseball, right, where they bring the glove up to block what you're saying. Coach Fuller knows. You never know. We got video here.
Oh, yeah.
It's high definition. It's good stuff, Topher vision. Got lip readers out there. That's funny.
So 2 down in the inning. Big threat at the plate up. She's already burned them once today.
That's right.
1-0 offering.
2 outs here. This is a big out for the Devils and Bailey Ellis if they can collect it.
Well, and that was a big swing on an inside pitch there.
Yeah, I think she's thinking, I can do it again.
Well, she's thinking, I'll just do it myself. 2 hitters before me couldn't get it done. I'll do it myself.
There is some action in the bullpen for the Devils, but wow, what a job by Bailey Ellis. Good, quick reaction to record the 3rd out.
So 5 complete. The Red Devils lead the Tritons 4-3. We'll be right back after this.
I initially declared my major in mathematics, but I changed my major to computer science after I took just 1 computer science class. When I took a CS class, I realized that it had all of the problem solving that I loved in mathematics, but I could make really cool applications. If you love solving problems, if you have a very logical and mathematical thought process, and you are creative, CS is for you. Really, if you love problem solving, we love you.
The first day of school made it all worth it because I realized that I had made the right choice and I got to pursue my passion, and not just my passion, it was my dream.
When I came here and I'm in a class with 20 to 30 people, your teachers remember you by name. They treat you like you're an adult.
Don't do something that you hate doing for the rest of your life because life is short. You only have one life to live.
So the scoring streak stopped for the time being as Ellis puts up a goose egg in the bottom half of the 5th. And now 12 outs remaining in this contest.
Yeah, we got a defensive change now for the Tritons. Wes is coming in at second base now is Christina West. So she'll come out there defensively and back out there doing her thing, Haley Malakowski.
And she'll actually be replacing Wilcox. Coming out, having a rough day at the plate. So a change may be what the Tritons need here to get back in this ball game.
Of course, there's always a re-enter situation there, so we'll just have to wait and see. But right now, getting a little defense out there and making the moves that you can within the rules of college softball.
Count knotted up at 1 now. That pitch misses just away.
Yeah, and Malakowski's working Ashley Kelly away. Kelly can hit one over that scoreboard over there. I mean, she's got great power. That might be overstating it a bit, but boy, she's going to be tested right away, huh? Hey, Coach, nice move.
So the job of Malakowski in this inning, just keep the game close.
Yep.
They've got 6 outs to work with. It's been done before.
Yeah, Coach Gilmore said, all right, Christina, I'm going to put you out at second base. I want you to make that first play out there. And she did so. Ready to go.
Now Gibson takes strike 1.
Beautiful change piece by Malakowski. That slow ball just coming up and making you look silly.
A 1 offering to Gibson is swung on, popped foul, and it will get out of play.
Well, the Columbia Basin Hawks, just like that, roll a 3 spot and have now tied Spokane, I beg your pardon, that's Spokane. There's a Bigfoot sighting in the ballpark here. 3 runs to tie up the Wenatchee Valley game 4-4.
Ball misses high. And it looks like the North Idaho Walla Walla game is just continuing to be a blowout.
Yeah, 15-0 now. The Cards playing in the NWAC tournament after dropping down from the national JC ranks.
And they'll get to that one, 2 down on some opposite field hitting from Gibson.
Nice play out there by Cameron Gane out there. She had her played that way and made a nice catch near the line down in left field.
So Sam Boyce comes to the plate. Game 1, she hit one, absolutely destroying it down the left field line. Nothing left but a vapor trail of that one. I honestly don't think it's landed yet.
Yeah.
It was hit so hard, but just a little too far foul.
It was a strike.
Yeah.
That's all that was.
A long strike. High fly ball. This one's got some carry on it to left, looking up, and it's gone. Big fly for Sam Boyce. Maybe it's like Beetlejuice, who said her name too many times, and she comes through there.
She heard you, Wes. She says, I'll show you foul ball. How about that one? Was that one foul? Oh, and she gets a noogie. Look at this one.
That one just had some wicked carry on it to left center.
Right over our center field camera out there, and goodbye.
5-3 the score now in favor of the Red Devils, as now a little cushion's being added.
You know, she hit that one right down the Columbia River in the direction of Kath Lammett, where she's from. Didn't quite have that type of length, but it was a nice home run by
Giving
Samantha
2
Boyce.
meanings to home run there.
There you go.
And Hockett chops this one to second, and that will end the top half of the 6th inning. But the Red Devils strike for 1, 5-3 the score. Home half of the 6th due up after this.
Home is not a building, and it's not some number on a mailbox. It's a place where we grow and love and learn. At Southern Oregon University, our people, our programs, our place blend together like a family. With over 40 majors, exceptional faculty, and a commitment to inclusion and diversity, once you become a Southern Oregon University Raider, you're home.
And as we look at the scoreboard, we're going to elaborate a little further on the hash mark comment a little earlier.
Well, what you're supposed to do after the 4th hash mark is just kind of diagonally cross it off there, but they don't have that capability here at Delta Park, I guess. Lower Columbia with sticks up there on the board, and right now Lower Columbia wants to put a 0 on the board because Edmonds is coming in to try to get back into this game, as they'll be down a couple here. 5-3 the Red Devils with the lead.
Edmonds has been nothing but clutch as they've come through when they've had to, as this one swatted hard the other way. It will leave the yard. Oh my goodness.
There's another stick, another hash mark.
My goodness. Quality hitting from the Edmonds team.
Paige Matsuki going oppo solo.
Boy, oh boy, this is getting more and more interesting as this one's just crushed. Getting up there with the wind, and it just leaves. Fantastic piece of opposite field hitting.
Paige is going, I'll show you hash mark. There's one right back at you. Boy, she was ready. First ball swinging. Right on it.
First pitch skips into the catcher, Antoinette Watson. So score now 5-4. Been a very tight game to say the least here. Up and in, 2-0.
I'm sure the discussion has been made with Cheryl Gilmore and Adrian Manuel and Matt Wilcox, and that is Bailey Ellis has been getting ahead of us all day long with a strike right down the middle, so be ready for it. We've seen on 2 occasions now solo home runs on that.
Quality 2-0 pitch on the inside part of the plate there, 2-1. 3-1 now. Dangerous count.
Rayanne Hanks, the pitching coach of Lower Columbia, and I don't think she'll get too worried about those solo homers. Just don't give them up when you got a bunch of people on base.
This one's not going to leave the infield, and there's one away in the bottom of the 6th. 5 outs left for Edmonds to do something.
By the way, Rayanne Hanks has done a great job for Lower Columbia this year with a Division I pitcher at North Carolina, Greensboro there, and from the Longview-Kelso area in Rainier. And she took over for Mariah Dawson, who was the LC pitching coach last year, who is now the pitching coach at Seattle University.
And they're going to bring Reagan Ingersoll in to hit. Another big left-handed bat they have on the bench. More power, as it seems that's what's going to win this game.
You know, Coach Gilmore's using all the pieces over there here today.
I mean, especially this late in the game, it becomes a chess match. This one between Cheryl Gilmore and Tracy Fuller. First pitch misses high. (1-0). Just outside, great pitch. One away here in the home half of the 6th. And a 2-0 count now to Ingersoll. That one a little higher that time. Gets to the corner, 2-1. Swinging a liner down the first baseline, it'll go foul. Count knotted up at 2.
It's getting a little tense out here this morning, isn't it? This is a elimination game, loser bracket, some folks may say. The great thing about this tournament is you can lose a game and come all the way back and win yourself a championship. And these 2 teams are going back and forth.
Swinging a grounder to third. Throw on the first, in time, 2 away.
Well, the one thing that Bailey Ellis has done here today, Wes, is when she's given up either a run or, in the last case, the home runs the last 2 times, she has come right back and done a good job to, you know, stem the tide a bit.
So Bailey center, the next hitter, takes high, ball 1.
Columbia Basin has tightened things up across the way. Clackamas leading the Hawks now 4-2 in the top of the 6th inning.
Been a great first round of games here today. Count now 1-1 on the swing and a miss by center.
If you take away the North Idaho 15-0 lead over Walla Walla.
In any statistic, there's going to be outliers, Kirk.
Hey, Cardinal fans are loving it.
That is very true. So, you think it's too early to say congratulations on staying alive, North Idaho College?
I think so. I think they're going to hang. Nice job by Sam Boyce. That was just a little pop up there that didn't get very high, and Boyce got from behind the plate and made the catch.
So last inning of regulation coming your way after this on the NWAC Sports Network. Stick around.
The first day of school is kind of scary. You don't know your teachers yet or who your friends will be. But school is really important. It's how you learn things and grow.
Okay, I'm ready.
You're gonna do great, Mommy.
For you. For them. Clark College. Get started today at clark.edu.
Company retreat with Chief Football Officer Russell Wilson.
Drum circles are all about getting in sync with your teammates. And when we're in sync, it shows in how we focus on our customers. Faster, friendlier, and higher customer satisfaction.
Sometimes you have to improvise to meet your customers' needs.
Giving you our best never stops. Thank you for flying Alaska.
And welcome back now. Last inning of regulation about to get underway here in Delta Park as LCC leads Edmonds 5-4 in what has been a seesaw battle to say the least. A great show of power and timely hitting. And stepping to the plate first is going to be Hannah Rothwell. Rothwell having a good game so far. First offering to her is grounded to short, and it'll get through a leadoff single.
That was going to be a tough play for sure. It was hit hard, took a little bit of a hop. And, of course, that was going to be tough for Paige Matsuki there to make that play. So a leadoff single here for the Devils.
Well, that's going to be a tough play regardless of who you are.
Right.
And now that's going to bring up Mendez. See if she can continue the amazing day she's having. Shows bunt, comes back, pickoff attempt at first. Nothing there.
You know, we saw Hannah Rothwell get that base hit right there. And, you know, Hannah's probably lucky that she's playing in this tournament, Wes. She was in the batting cage prior to a game and was doing some soft toss to one of her teammates. And the ball came back at her. She didn't get back behind the screen in time and just got hit right in the left cheekbone. There was miraculously no fracture. Her eye completely swole up where she couldn't see, but she really only missed about 2 games or so after that. And, you know, that easily could have been an orbital fracture or whatever. So I know she's really glad that she's with her teammates and, you know, contributing here in the NWAC championships.
Well, if you watched any of the broadcasts yesterday, it was the Walla Walla game. Falconer fouled one into her eye. She left under concussion protocol. Saw her today, just like that, her eye swollen shut.
Right.
Yep.
That's tough.
2-1 count now to Mendez. Now 2-1. Barton 2-2 the count. Two offering on the way to Mendez. Swung on, chopped to short. They'll get one. Throw on to first. Not in time. Great dig out there.
Beautiful
from
play
Davidson.
That was a nice play by Paige Matsuki. I mean, took it on a short hop coming towards the bag. We'll get a look at it right here. And that's a tough play right there. Had to go low, stepped on the bag. Couldn't really get a lot on the throw right there. And Mendez was just able to get by the bag in time.
And a great play by Davidson at first to keep that ball in front of her.
That's right.
Pick it up cleanly. So Barr at the plate now. This one, great hit.
Hey, chopping broccoli, a little banjo out there, a little slash, if you will, the old square to bunt, and then make the swing on it. You have the infield all coming in, huge hole out there. Great job by Maddie Barr. That's old school right there. Love it.
So that sets the table for Harshaw with 2 runners on base and 1 away.
I'm surprised you don't see more of that, to be honest with you. You know, hey, everybody loves the long ball and hitting it in the gaps there, but in softball like this, make things happen, you know, back control, and that was fun to watch for Maddie Barr.
First offering to Harshaw. This one bunted backwards. No balls and a strike.
So Coach Fuller trying to manufacture a little insurance here, if you will, with the Devils leading 5-4 here in the top of the 7th inning. And With a 9 hitter up here for the Devils, Maggie Harshaw. They would really love to turn this lineup over, Wes, and that's Coach Wilcox going to come out and have a little chat out there as Cheryl will send her assistant out, and they'll all discuss. And meanwhile, Coach Fuller has a chance to talk to Maggie Harshaw.
You want to talk about needing to get out of this inning unscathed. If you can get out of this inning unscathed, you got 9-1 and 2 due up, and very, very dangerous hitters.
Some updates. We got a couple of 4-4 ties over across the way here at Delta. Wenatchee Valley and Spokane battling 4-4. Clackamas and Columbia Basin now tied 4-4. And North Idaho about ready to polish off their 15-0 win over Walla Walla. And here, 5-4 Lower Columbia here in the 7th. And, another nail biter here in the NWAC championships.
2 runners on base. An opportunity here. First offering, waved at. Strike 1, pardon, strike 2.
And again, not the best bunt execution for LCC. Harshaw has been known to be a clutch hitter, though, in that 9 hole. Devils are hoping that trend continues here.
Malakowski in the driver's seat, the 0-2 offering. Outside.
Tried to get her to chase. Maggie showed some good plate discipline there. Harshaw went to Columbia River High School, which is just back over across the Columbia River in the state of Washington from where we're at right here.
Count now knotted up at 2. Still 1 away in the inning. And on deck is Bolaski.
It's a big out here to get for Edmonds. As I mentioned, that leadoff hitter Bolaski, dangerous on deck. And of course, the sluggers that come up from behind her, they just as soon have to go deep and face Kelly or Boyce.
This one, chop foul. We'll set up another 2-2.
Harshaw with the routine at the plate every time. She'll come out now. She'll go and lick her fingers every time. There you go. Wipe it off on your thigh and get back in there and hit. And then put that right hand up like you're calling time and then get ready to hit.
Laced foul.
Boy, almost a big one there.
So we'll set up another 2-2.
There's Harshaw. Same routine every time. Watch. She'll go to the tongue, wipe it off. Meanwhile, we got a little timeout there. This is a great kid right here, good student. As I mentioned, the student athlete of the year at Lower Columbia College, female student athlete of the year. And she has been put in a tough spot right there. This is such a, there you go, wipe it off, get back in there, do it every time. Routine.
2-2 offering on the way from Malakowski. Count runs full.
So she has nibbled and tried to get Harshaw to get herself out. And now here we go. 3-2 count with a couple of runners on with 1 out. Now she's got to come in. Harshaw's got to be ready.
Payoff pitch on the way. Swung on and hit foul. We'll set up again.
Well, that has gone final in the North Idaho Walla Walla game. I guess the Cardinals weren't satisfied with 15-0, 17-0 the final score in that one. So I know the Cardinals are thinking, well, what are we doing in the losers bracket over here? But guess what? As you found out, the NWAC plays good softball.
Oh, yes.
And they certainly have the talent and capability to come back and win this whole thing through the losers bracket.
So the Warriors are sent home today.
Oh, what a battle. Isn't this a great battle here between Haley Malakowski and Maggie Harshaw?
Absolutely, a location pitcher against a contact hitter. These are the kind of things that are worth the price of admission, not to mention the power pitching against power hitting. That's just a lot of fun to watch here.
Well, we'll see what we do here. Another payoff pitch coming.
Swung on and fouled again.
Harshaw right now is thinking, hey, I'm liking all this camera time I'm getting right here. I'm getting my close-up here. Loving it. I think I'll foul a couple more off before I get a chance to get a big hit. And, of course, on the other side, Haley Malakowski's going, well, wait a minute. I got other ideas right now.
Malakowski gets the one she wants into her motion. Swung on, high fly ball.
What
a play. My
Paige
goodness.
Matsuki with another nice play going back.
And just look at this. I mean, you can't beat a play like this, especially at the shortstop position. Over the shoulder like that, you end up tumbling afterwards.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Nice replay there, and a great job by Harshaw to extend that at bat and battle. That was, pitcher wins that one. Got some help from her friends out there. At the shortstop, Paige Matsuki, another nice play.
And that'll bring Belaski up with 2 down, 2 runners on. Skips in there for ball 1. Great block by Watson. And time will be called as the play will be brushed off.
Yeah, Antoinette, nice play. At this point, you got to be a wall back there. Can't be letting runners move up into scoring position.
So the 1-0 offering now. Swung on and beaten towards third. We'll play at second. And they can't get an out. Bases now loaded.
Boy.
And Ashley Kelly, the hitter.
Yeah, that's too bad. And I'll tell you what, Maddie Barr's got to be sliding there. I just don't know why players continue to do that, because you open things up for an umpire to maybe call you out down there when you don't slide on a close play. But in this case, they are loaded with one dangerous hitter coming up here, Ashley Kelly. And this is the perfect situation that Lower Columbia wanted here to get some insurance on the board.
First offering to Kelly. Taken outside corner, strike 1.
Yeah, see, I don't mind that take by Ashley right there. That was a off-speed pitch. She's been a little anxious here in the tournament. First ball swinging. Hey, let this count get deep and then lock in and get yourself another big double or perhaps a grand slam home run right here.
And that one will sneak through. 1 run is in. Throw to the plate, 2 runs across, and it is another great hit from the LCC lineup as Kelly ends up at second base.
Well, I had mentioned double, I had mentioned home run. How about infield single off the glove back up the middle? That'll work for the Devils.
Boy, what are the over-under odds on calling that one, you think?
Christina West got over there, but just couldn't get bent over in time as she was going towards the bag over there, and it just did squirt into center field for the base hit. Hey, Kelly will take that 2-run single for sure.
So LCC now with a little insurance, leading 7-4 in the top of the 7th. And now Malakowski's going to have to deal with Gibson with 2 runners in scoring position.
LCC's got to get greedy right here and try to get a couple of more runs, because Edmonds is certainly not going to quit in the bottom of the 7th. And of course, LCC still fresh in their minds, giving up the 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th yesterday, turning a 3-1 victory into a 4-3 loss. Anything can happen in the 7th inning, and we've seen LCC get a big 2 runs on the board there.
Now count 2-0 on 2 outside pitches back-to-back.
You know, if that ball is hit just a little bit towards West at second base, that's a big out. And here we go. Edmonds just down by 1, but now they'll at least be down by 3. Good
Big
pitch.
swing and a miss on a changeup. 2 balls and a strike.
Haley Malakowski has been so impressive, and it's everything that Cheryl Gilmore has asked for in this tournament. That big victory yesterday, and she has really done a great job here today as well.
Swinging a little chopper to second. It goes over the glove. One runs in. Another one's going to come across. So on the error, 2 runs will score, and LCC starting to run away with this one in the 7th. Boy, and it just shows you the importance of getting around the ground ball, using your body as a secondary line of defense here. Takes it off the side there, goes upper leg as well.
Yeah, took a little bit of a hop, but as you mentioned, Wes, you got to get centered up on that, because at the very least you can knock it down and save a run there. And tough break.
And another hit. When it rains, it pours here in Delta Park. As now Boyce with another hit, and that will bring Bailey Hockett to the plate.
And Christina West is right now going, what did I do? Why is the ball coming to see me so much all of a sudden?
Now batting, number 8, the first baseman, Bailey Hockett.
Yeah, one-eyed Bill now coming up here again for Lower Columbia. And if you get a shot of Hockett, and I don't know if you can see it through there, but on her eye black she puts glitter, and it's like, aren't you defeating the purpose of the eye black by putting glitter on top of it?
Well, it depends on what your purpose is. I mean, I know most people use it to keep the sun out of their eyes, but...
Well, she doesn't have to worry about the sun today, Wes, so it's just a fashion statement, but when you put glitter on your eye black on a sunny day, that's probably not what they were thinking on that. And she looks at me and smiles and goes, hey man, mind your own business.
She doesn't need you to validate her choices as count runs to 1-1.
She goes, I can't see in that one eye anyway, so what's it matter? What a great kid, Bailey Hockett. Boy, Edmonds just wants to get back in the dugout right now. Just missed with that. That was a good pitch by Malachowski right there. Well, the run of single tallies is over. LCC has put a 4 spot here in the top of the 7th here and still going.
This one laced foul. Set up a 2-2. So some information on the North Idaho game. Beating Walla Walla 17-0. Katie Baran pitched 4 innings, struck out 7, but also went 4 for 4 with 3 home runs and 7 RBIs. And the absolute blowout.
Hey, she's the Baron of Coeur d'Alene. Are you kidding me? Have a day. That's a tournament.
And strike 3 called. Down goes Hockett. And it's time for some answers from the Edmonds team. But before that, we'd like to remind you today's game brought to you by Olympic College. Olympic College is nationally recognized by the Aspen Institute as one of the top 10 community colleges in the nation, because their programs help students get good-paying jobs. Get busy learning at olympic.edu.
The first day of school is kind of scary. You don't know your teachers yet or who your friends will be. But school is really important. It's how you learn things and grow.
Okay, I'm ready.
You're gonna do great, Mommy.
For you, for them, Clark College. Get started today at clark.edu.
Today's game also brought to you by Centralia College. Centralia College is your college for associate degrees, bachelor's degrees, and job training. Apply now to get a jump on classes and financial aid. The application is easy and it's free to fill out. You belong at Centralia College. Visit www.centralia.edu for details. So do or die time here in the bottom of the 7th inning for the Edmonds team. And it's going to be a big deficit to make up. 5 runs need to come across to continue the playing.
Well, Wes, you think Bailey Ellis feels a little better out there right now, up by 5 runs
I tell you,
instead
I think
of 1?
the entire weight of the world is off her shoulders now.
That being said, after they gave up 3 runs yesterday in the 7th, I'm thinking LCC needs to grind it out here because, Edmonds is not going to quit. It's a new Edmonds. It's a new program. Cheryl Gilmore in her second year has done an outstanding job. They are on the upswing, and I have a sneaking hunch they're going to battle right to the final out here this afternoon, or this morning, I should say.
And starting the final epic battle is going to be Chantel Brown, standing in against Bailey Ellis, missing up and in with the first pitch.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tracy Fuller and Rayanne Hanks and the other assistants, John Matagora and Dave Andrew, are really, really happy about what Bailey Ellis has done here today. Because with Christina Fisher having a sore arm and more action today, if they can close this out, they really needed Ellis to come in here and provide the innings, and boy, she's done that today.
That one will skip in. The count goes to 3-0.
And that's the last thing that said coaching staff wants to see right now. Hey, we just gave you a 5-run lead, and now you go 3-0. Throw strikes.
There we go. Maybe she heard you.
Yeah. Hey.
So 3-1 now, the count to Brown.
Last time I checked, there is not a 5-run home run capable. Throw strikes.
Inaveas waiting on deck. And a 5-pitch walk issued to Chantel Brown.
And that's how big, that's how big time rallies are started right there with a leadoff walk. Boy, Clackamas and Columbia Basin battling 4-4 tie. They're in the bottom of the 7th, although stay tuned. Bases are juiced right now over there. We've also got a fly ball hit out there, and there you go.
Oh, goodness. This could be trouble. Brown on her way to third, and they're going to hold up 2 runners in scoring position on the error by the right fielder. That's going to be Maggie Harshaw.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they'll rule that an error or not, but you know, she definitely should have had it. She kind of came in a little bit and then had to retreat back, and it clangs off the glove and goes to the wall over there. So, and hey, here come the Tritons right back at you.
Here comes Tia Hedman, having a fantastic game so far defensively. Now needs to wake the bat up.
Wenatchee Valley's taken a 6-4 lead over Spokane in the top of the 7th.
Well, you want to talk about dramatic finishes. How about that Clackamas and Columbia Basin game?
Yeah.
5-4 in the bottom of the 7th, as a run will come across on the sacrifice hit there. 9-5 the score.
And that's a final now. Clackamas has stayed alive. So the Cougars, after getting upset, they always an issue here. Great play there by Ashley Kelly. Did you notice that she did not mess around? She fielded the ground ball and went over and got the out. Could care less about that run that came in to score. And that's the same approach they need to take now with the runner at third.
Beauty of the insurance runs they scored in the top of the inning.
Absolutely.
Now batting for the Tritons pinch hitter, number 9, Carly Quibbleland.
So Carly Quibbleland will be asked to pinch hit here, and Cheryl Gilmore has used her entire team here today.
First pitch now from Ellis. Strike one called.
You know, and Bailey probably figured that, you know, Carly wasn't going to first ball swing there, pour in a strike. And again, don't worry about that runner down at third with the 9-5 lead. You're still up by 4. You need outs.
Count knotted up at 1 apiece. Ellis been slowing down a little bit as the game's gotten further. 2-1. Two-1 offering now from Bailey Ellis. Swung on and chopped foul.
Got a piece of the meat hand of Sam Boyce right there. Sam's pretty tough.
Settling back in, the 2-2. Called strike 3, and the Red Devils are 1 out away from staying alive. And the final out's going to be in the hands of Carmen Kian.
You know, she's saying, no, I'm not going to be the final out. I hit a home run earlier here today. I'm going to try to do that again.
Takes strike one on the inner part of the plate.
Good fastball by Bailey Ellis right there to get ahead. Thinking, you know, that was dumb to walk that first player. I'm going to come at him.
Swung on, fly ball. Kelly has it, and the Devils move on to see another game as the Tritons are sent home packing. The final score of this game, 9-5. Kirk, it's been an absolute honor to have you in the booth
Wes.
today.
Thank you so much. Sorry I was a little tardy here for the game. I got right to here, but I really enjoyed it. Lower Columbia, with their pedigree, they expect to win games in this tournament. They've got 10 championships, and they have designs on another one. But again, I want to emphasize what Edmonds did in this tournament. This is a great job by Cheryl Gilmore and her coaching staff. They went from a moribund program, and in 2 years, they have come here and competed and played great. So hats off to Cheryl Gilmore, her Edmonds Tritons team, outstanding. LCC, hey, they expect to win. They got a big victory here today, and now they'll see if they can get deep in this tournament. So, again, thanks to everybody from Topher Vision and the NWAC for giving us scores and everything. And, hey, Wes, keep it going, man, this weekend.
All righty.
All right.
Well, we'll have more games broadcast for you from Field 4. On behalf of the entire crew here at the NWAC Sports Network and Kirk Rowland, I'm Wes Tucker. We'll see you in a little while.
LCC has definitely prepared me to transfer to Oregon State because it's helped me with my study skills. I'm a much harder worker than I was in high school.
I had a great support base by the staff, and I've made some great friends that I think I'll carry on with my life.
I've definitely loved my classes. I've learned a lot. It's been a healthy environment.
Don't be afraid to branch out. The people here are awesome. I'm going to be in it for a while, but down the road I'll be finishing up and be ready to join the workforce.
I initially declared my major in mathematics, but I changed my major to computer science after I took just one computer science class. When I took a CS class, I realized that it had all of the problem solving that I loved in mathematics, but I could make really cool applications. If you love solving problems, if you have a very logical and mathematical thought process, and you are creative, CS is for you. Really, if you love problem solving, we love you.